What's up, everybody? It's Old Man Winter 8 for Sun and Ski Sports, and we're going to show you exactly how to set up your bindings that have the FASE system. So in setting up your bindings that have the FASE system in their design, it's almost identical to mounting up just any other two-strap binding, because that's what they are. They are standard two-strap bindings. If you're not sure what the FASE is, it's exactly that. It's a system that's added to the design of a two-strap binding to make it faster to get in and out of. We have this longer ladder strap with a stopper at the end, so it opens up really, really big, but it doesn't disengage. We have a toe strap that you basically ratchet it to where you want it, and then it stays put. You don't have to mess with it anymore. And then we have this little heel pedal attached to the high back that pulls the high back out of the way when your boot's not in. And when you go to put your foot in, you literally slide your foot in, that heel pedal engages the high back, and then you don't have to touch your toe strap, and all you have to do is actually push the ankle strap down with one hand and ratchet it to where you like it. And then when you go to get out, it's even faster. You literally pop that strap all the way open and you just lift your heel and take it out of the binding. But most importantly is that when your foot is actually inside the binding and this is ratcheted down, the FASE system itself has nothing to do with the riding performance, so it feels identical to any other two-strap binding. Again, just making it 3 times faster to get in and out of. So just getting these things set up is just like, again, any other two-strap binding where we want to make sure that your toe and your heel are hanging off the exact same amount. So once you do get those things mounted and centered up, we just have to adjust our straps. Now this is where it can be just slightly different than any other two-strap binding, but it's also exactly the same. So before you put your foot into the binding, you're going to want to loosen up the toe strap and make sure that ankle strap is pushed all the way out to the end of that stopper. Now, when you put your foot into the binding, and this can be a little easier to do with your foot actually inside the boot, you're going to go ahead and slide the boot into the binding, and you're going to engage that heel pedal and make sure that your heel is all the way back in the binding. And then we're going to crank down that ankle strap first. So lock the ankle strap down, make sure that your boot is all the way back into the binding, and then we're going to go ahead and set the toe strap. So when we get the toe strap set, it's just like the ankle strap. We want to make sure that the center of the strap is on the center of your boot so you get equal pressure distribution. We make sure that those straps are going to stay in the right place. And if you do need to adjust them, it's very, very easy. On this binding, we literally have a flip, and then you spin it loose and kind of move it up and down. There's a little bit of a slot and teeth on the back for the toe strap. On the ankle strap, we have a couple holes so you can move it up and down, pop it in the hole where it fits best, and tighten it down. On this binding, we actually have flip locks where you just pop loose and then you can slide it up and down, get those micro adjustments, and lock that lever back down. Now, the biggest thing with these is that when you do get these things set, obviously your ankle strap, that's what's doing most of the work. Now your toe strap does do work. It does actually help hold the binding. It helps push your boot down and back into the binding, but it doesn't do as much as your ankle strap. And some people do tend to crank these things down way tighter than you need. You really just need to get this thing snug. I've been out in the past on just standard two-strap bindings where my toe strap has actually broken and I had to ride the entire day with just my ankle strap. Now, when I was riding, it's not that it felt exactly the same, but it didn't feel as weird as I thought. And it really wasn't enough to stop me from riding and just doing the normal things that I did on a regular day. But having that toe strap just snug is key. You don't have to crank it down super tight. Now, when it comes to the FASE bindings, the one thing is if you do crank this thing down too tight, it can make it a little hard to actually get into the system because it's stopping the boot before your heel can actually push down. So when you are setting these, no matter what toe strap you have, get these things set to the point where when you're ratcheting them down, they're getting snug. You don't have to crank them down super, super tight. One thing that I really do like about the FASE system is because of this whole thing, it really does show you that cranking your toe strap down super, super tight really doesn't feel any different when you're riding than just having it snug. So again, get that thing set so it just starts to stretch over your boot and it's just snug and you're not having to push super, super hard. When you move over to the toe straps that have this kind of triple piece, the middle one is the most important. A good thing to note is that this top and this bottom piece, they might not be sitting right against your boot and wrapping around your boot, they're really just there to make sure that that strap doesn't move up or down on your toe. It's the middle part from the ratchet all the way over to this bolt on the side. That's the part that's doing all the work and pushing you down and back into the binding. So if this doesn't fit flush against your boot, don't worry about it. It's not going to affect the way the binding rides. But other than that, you can notice that when we do set these things up, it's pretty much identical to setting up any two-strap binding, because again, this is a standard two-strap binding. The FASE system has just been added to the design, and again, it has nothing to do with the performance. It just has to do with the speed of getting in and out of the binding. But if you got any questions about anything we talked about in the video, definitely leave some comments down below. Also, make sure to like and subscribe to the Sun and Ski YouTube channel, and make sure to head on into your local Sun and Ski so you can check out all the bindings that have the FASE system. And if you don't have one nearby, you can always look them up at sunandski.com.